I try to be a rational and logical person in a very irrational and illogical world. And the shit that's going on in this world right now in our country is really, really screwed up. Never in my life would I think that during a pandemic we'd have a bunch of morons running around screaming about wearing a mask. Like, it makes no sense to me, alright? None of your medical exemptions or your religious exemptions, that's all BS and you know it. You just don't want to wear a mask, alright? There's only one situation that I can think of where you don't, you probably can't wear a mask because of medical reasons, alright? But it's been proven time and time again all over the place by doctors one doctor who went and ran like 5 miles while wearing 3 masks at a time, and his oxygen levels never once dipped. But I'm sure you'll call that all fake news and all that crap. It just blows my mind that you'll put your faith into someone who is a con man, who doesn't know anything about science, that told us to inject, hand sanitizer, or using high intensity lights injected into the body also. You'll trust that, but not the doctors and scientists and everything. I don't care if you like Fauci or not, it doesn't matter. Irrelevant. You got every other doctor on the planet saying this is saving lives, you need to do it. It's not only helping you, but it's helping protect others, including the people that you care about, the people that you love. We look like a bunch of idiots to the rest of the world because we are the only country who is having violent protests over wearing a mask. You have people assaulting children for wearing masks. Like, what is the big deal? If you don't believe in it, you don't want to wear it, whatever it is, it's a hoax or whatever kind of crap you actually believe, doesn't matter. But that's your own opinion. And that's the great thing about how this country works, is that we're allowed to have our own opinions. And we are allowed to disagree. That doesn't mean you go assaulting little teenage kids trying to pull their masks off. I mean, it is so dumb. Governor of Florida was trying to attack teachers for making it mandatory for the students to wear masks. Now that all these kids are getting sick severely with the Delta variant, and because they can't get the vaccine because of their age, they have a high chance of death. I mean, let's think about this logically, okay? Under Trump, we had over 500,000 deaths. And then things started to slow down a bit because I don't want to give Biden credit, but at the same time, he probably deserves a little bit. It slowed down, and things were calming down. Everything was starting to reopen, and then the Delta variant started getting stronger and worse. And people, for whatever reason, once about 40% of the country got vaccinated, everyone was like, well, screw that, we're done with it. And the funny thing, the people who are refusing the vaccine the most are the ones who supported Trump the most, and he's the one who pushed and had the vaccine made. That was one of the few good things he actually did in office. Now, before you get the wrong idea, I'm not pro-Biden any more than I am pro-Trump. I think Biden is a one-term president at best. And I don't even know where the vice president is. Like, where the hell has she been? She shows up like once every couple of months and for something that doesn't really matter. Like, she just isn't out there in my mind. I don't really see any news about her. I don't hear anything about her. I'm not reading anything about her. So I'm not sure what she's doing. I really don't. You know, and I really don't want this to become very political, even though it's going there. But this country needs to cut the crap already. We need to shit or get off the pot. Like, care about the rest of the Americans. Everyone's up in arms about the 13 Americans that were just killed over in Afghanistan. They're screaming at Biden for it, even though it was a suicide bomber. I think the blame goes on the suicide bomber. But that's me. And yet, you guys won't wear a frickin' mask. I can understand you don't want to get vaccinated. You know what? I didn't either. I didn't want to get vaccinated because I think, you know, this thing hasn't been out. We have no idea if it has any type of long-term side effects. There is no science behind it yet to know what's going to happen in 10 years. Is my penis going to fall off? Am I going to grow a vagina? What? We have no idea. And I read yesterday that there was the first confirmed death from the Pfizer vaccine over in, I think it was France. I don't know the details to it yet, but for some reason they're blaming it on the vaccine. But considering the vaccine came with a warning of, I forget what you call it, anaphylactic shock, came with that warning, I'm going to assume it had something to do with that. I don't know for sure, but that would be my first guess. That would be my first thing I would look at, because that can kill someone really quickly. I almost died once from anaphylactic shock. I'm deathly allergic to bee stings and bees, wasps, whatever. They sting me. I have minutes to do my EpiPen before I'm dead. But either way, like, okay, screw the vaccine, but wear the mask. I mean, no one's freedoms are being taken away. All of you screaming about that are just stupid and pulling out, you know, the American Disability Act and trying to say that, you know, you can't refuse me service because of this. You know, you just sound like a moron, because there's more to it than that. I mean, why are you being so stubborn and so ignorant that you won't wear a mask when other countries have either ended or got this pandemic under control because the community in their countries and societies are working together to stop it? But instead, in America, we're all throwing fucking protests over wearing a mask, and your freedoms are being taken away, and you sound stupid because no one's taking anyone's freedoms away. I mean, all your constitutional and civil rights are still there. Nothing's being taken away. This is a unique health crisis going on in a country that we haven't had to deal with since what, like the 1800s? Something this serious? I mean, we had the swine flu and the bird flu and all that crap, but that wasn't anywhere close to as bad as what we're going through now. And for all you people who want to sit there and say it's a hoax, well, I'm sorry, we got, you know, 100,000 people dead. I think it's close to 650,000. I could be wrong. And those are people who didn't need to die. And it wasn't because they weren't vaccinated or the vaccine wasn't out yet. It was because they weren't being safe. And I'm not talking about the beginning of the pandemic when we really didn't know anything and every day we were getting different information on how things work and what to do. I'm talking about once they knew everything and said we need to wear masks, and we're waiting for the vaccine, and people were freaking out about wearing masks. I mean, it's just there. Just wear it. Yeah, it's a bit of an inconvenience, and yeah, it can make you a little hot. But would you rather have that, or would you rather be in the hospital dying on a respirator with nobody around you, none of your family because they can't be there, and having some stranger holding your hand while you die in a very uncomfortable way, not being able to breathe? I've watched people die from that. It's not a good way to go. Choking, gasping for air, and your phlegm and everything just fills up like every orifice, and your nose, your mouth, and everything, and you're gasping for air, you're choking on your own spit and phlegm, all because you didn't feel that you should have to wear a mask because your freedoms are being taken away. I want someone to tell me what freedoms are being taken away. I mean, legit, tell me what freedoms. Tell me how your life is any different today than it was before this pandemic started because you have to wear a mask. I mean, it's just stupid. I mean, if you break your arm, you go to the hospital and get a cast. Is that taking away your freedoms? You get the stomach flu, which is highly infectious. You go and walk around, as many people as possible to make them just as sick? Do you have any logical thought in your brain? Even rational thought, or even a thought at all that isn't something stupid programmed. The whole mask wearing and vaccine thing should not be political. I don't know why it was made political by the orange idiot, but that's exactly what he did. And like I said, to make it extremely clear, I am not pro-Biden. I don't think he's great. I don't think he's going to get more than a term. And I'm honestly scared of who's going to be next, because there aren't a lot of good choices right now. As long as orange dumbass doesn't come and try to run again, then I won't care which Republican is put into office. I'm going to vote for whoever I think can do the job. I don't care about parties. It doesn't matter to me. I'd vote for, the homeless crackhead if I thought he had the best ideas and the best power to run the country. Oh well, either way, guys, that's it for today. Stop being irrational. Stop being illogical. And just wear a damn mask. I mean, get real with yourselves.